man. Oh, man. What is good, family? What is good, family? Good to see everybody here in the chat. Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat if you can hear your boys speak. Please go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right away so that we can get this thing rolling. What's up, Cabron? How you doing, buddy? Have a good, listen, guys, I want you to have a good week. I want everything to be playing out the way that it should be, but I don't want you to put money on the line that you can't afford to lose, which is why I'm going to encourage you to simulator trade. All right? We're going to be steady. We're going to be smooth. We're going to be honest. And most of all, we're going to be consistent. All right, team. But it's very good to see everybody here today. We got some plays in line here. Actually, we do have a pretty interesting earnings coming up too. Cabron, what's up, buddy? How are you? Oh, dude, you have a lot of wind in at your place right now?
Oh, it's insane over here in the Northern California, yeah.
You know what? I think that
it's falling everywhere.
Yeah,
crazy.
Did you see the forecaster saying that this huge storm is passing by here? It's about to hit the East Coast right after us. It's gonna blow right by us, literally.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Crazy. East Coast, you got to get ready for this run, man. It's gonna get a little wild out there for you guys. So please
Let's see if I get power tomorrow.
Oh no. Make sure to get the backup battery going, right, in case you're in the middle of a position. Now we still got the phones to trigger it out, man.
Yep.
Oh, dude. So you were talking to me about ticker symbol ALB, right? So I haven't actually. I just pulled it up here in my charts.
Yeah, and, I haven't played it. It just hit my scanner.
Nice.
So it looked interesting because it looks like it could. I mean, it's an obvious bottom. It's going for the fourth try for the breakout, but also looks kind of like a head and shoulders. But the lower time frames look like it's going to bounce up.
Oh,
so
yes.
It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, you know what?
Either way, it looks like it could have a pretty good move.
Yeah, and you know what? Having this huge, I noticed that you said in the messages that this thing has like a kind of a quadruple bottom. We are in fact looking at that quadruple bottom, right? If this thing is not, it's not realizing around its third test, that quad bottom here could be the test to take this thing to the upside on the reversal, right? So first of all, 12-hour time frame. I'm already noticing based on what you were looking at. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up some of that green volume in here and in color, right? And also pull up the volume moving average. Take a look at this. We're actually getting a tick up on bull volume above the moving average, and it's looking like it's already getting ready to reaccumulate to the upside. A lot of people are going to be tricked on this. I honestly think that it could be a massive bear trap.
It looked like a fake out to me.
Yeah,
when I saw it,
think so.
It looked like a total fake out. But if you look at the 4-hour chart, what I drew.
Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. I'm going to share it with the team right here. Let me bring it in like this right over here, bud. Okay, so this is the 4-hour chart that Cryptic is sharing with us, right over here. And this is sort of a falling wedge.
Actually realize it. Yeah, it's a kind of a falling wedge, but it actually does realize it. It'll line up with the top of this triangle, which is around 130, 140.
Yeah, so we're talking about we're talking about a 15-point move. It probably is a move to the upside that can take maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe even 3 at the very most, 2 days maybe. Well, right? But what do you think?
But you notice one thing on this guy, when volatility hits, I'm seeing that the ATR shoots up to like 8.
Oh, it expands.
7.
Okay.
It expands.
So let's take a look at this. So if you're noticing that this thing can rip to the upside that kind, why don't we do this? Let's put up the let's put up historical volatility in linear versus stochastic momentum here on the 12-hour time frame, because I can't see any after hours. Well, trading view can't see any after hours activity, right? So let's take every possibility that we can. So let's load this up right now. So already, take a look at this. You're completely right. We have massive expansion happening on a 12-hour time frame with an upside pivot on 12-hour stochastic momentum. This is very likely going to make an explosive move. And I will say that I haven't ran a backtest on this. In fact, I've never really looked at this ticker before myself.
Yeah, me either, honestly.
Right?
It's just my scanner.
It's popping up on the scanner. It's looking like a potential.
But it looked interesting. Yeah, it looked interesting. What I think, honestly, it looks like it's a bear trap right now. But it seems like if earnings is a miss, then we could be looking like at something like an $80.
Oof! Wow!
It could drop like 50 points if it fulfills the formation.
So earnings on this is February 14th. This is something to
Yep.
keep an eye. This is something to keep an eye on because yeah, if we start accumulating here, if we start building that upside and continuing on that upside, an earnings report would only feed to that frenzy, right? We'll get chop around, right?
And
Whatever, like always.
and it could literally drop it down to the bottom of that thin reg
Where
right
we
there.
are, yeah, right. Oh my
Like
god,
to the bottom.
to the very bottom. You're talking about that
To the very
100,
bottom. Yeah.
yeah, that 100 psychological zone. I could completely agree with that, man. Right under there somewhere. Of course, we're gonna see what the data looks like on that day. But dude, you're right. You're right. I have to give it to you, man. I think if
Not
in
saying
my
that's going to fulfill, but it's potential.
yeah, sure, of course. We only have to see the probabilities here. Nothing is guaranteed in the markets, right? So nobody should take it as a guarantee. We only see the opportunities. We only see what pops up in a scan. We see what the charts are saying, and we react to that, right? So if I were to put a quick guess on this thing, I think this thing actually has a chance to give the bulls a second opportunity to get long. This thing probably looks at some short-term downside before a continuation to the upside. It looks like it wants to form a dead cat bounce, fake out that dead cat bounce by moving just slightly under that 112 bottom, and then getting this thing to rip to the upside. Huge fake out. Let's put it to work. What's the hourly time frame saying? Let's take a look, team.
Hey
All right.
guys, are we gonna swing trade this or what?
We're thinking that this. Well, I'm not swinging. I don't know about Cryptic, but I'm not swinging anything, buddy. I'm in and out on the daily. What are you thinking, Cryptic?
Oh, okay,
Oh.
just checking.
No, what I'm checking is this guy right now has a 6 ATR, but I've been noticing that when it moves, it moves. So we could actually get a day trade out of this, like a 7-point move.
There you go.
6-point move, 8-point move.
There's the answer from the man himself, buddy. I don't think that we. In all honesty, I think that the overnight situations should be counted as the minimum, right? So if we do have an opportunity for overnight holds, we'll be clean about it and we'll say it, right? Like we have before.
Yeah.
We did an options play on Tesla 2 weeks ago overnight, and we were able to capitalize on that on the next day. But as far as
I have not seen what the options channel looks like on this.
yeah,
so-
let's try to look at flow. Well, I guess we're going to look at price flow
Yeah.
on this according to the options chain too. But if it's one more time, right? That overnight exposure could be very dangerous, all in all, right? So we want to make sure that we can encourage to get long or short. Actually, you know what? Not even short overnight, right? Because you're talking about margin. You can't holding margin overnight is very
Never.
dangerous, right? So probably avoid that at all cost, right? So if we're talking about long position swing, it's got to be a very particular situation. Maybe a situation to where we can see a potential massive gap up from the the data from the day prior. So if that's the case, then yeah, let's go ahead and exercise that, right? But I don't think that we should be doing anything as far as swing plays until we can validate maybe a bull cycle, right? So when we do validate a bull cycle, we'll have a better chance at getting in the money or pre-market gappers on the following day. As long as we're in this transitory market, in this kind of limbo, this little bit of a, we're questioning here whether we're going to drop or we're going to continue upwards. We have CoinFox telling us that this actually may be the preparation of a next leg up. But while we're in that preparation, there is still the chance that we can capitulate, right? There's still the chance that we can face a new, a higher low overall. So we can't take those chances.
I'm just doing a little visual backtest on this guy. It seems to tank before earnings. Like, look at it.
Oh, okay. Are you looking at 4 hour?
No, I'm looking at the 1 day.
At the daily? Okay, let's take a look at.
Just look at the big movements, like a week before earnings.
Okay.
Which is where it's at right now. Like, kind of like
huge tank, right? 4 or 5 days of tanking right here before the last one on November 1st, right? Let's take
the previous one.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Well, actually, you know what? We'll grab the earnings data a little closer to earnings, but you're looking at the week, right? Maybe even 2 weeks. So if this
which is where we're at right now.
Yeah. So it may have already done it.
Yeah.
It
or maybe doing it. No, it may be doing it.
You think that it can still go lower?
If it actually does break out for some reason, let's say it does break.
You know what? This is a good, you know what? You're presenting a good case here. So let's do this.
Visually, you could see it.
let me see if I can do something here for us. So why don't we do this is Monday to I'm sorry, hold on. Let's do Wednesday to Wednesday. 2 week Wednesday to Wednesday. Right? So from potentially let me find it. I think this could be it. Hold on. Wednesday, and then Wednesday. Okay, so let's do a 3 week gap. Right? So we'll do that. Let's take this into deep consideration here, because what you're observing here could be a massive play, bro. Like you expanded my mind into something that I didn't really think about. So and I would like to take that inspiration that you're giving me right now into deep thought. So right over here. So this is again another let me just make sure of that though. So we have Wednesday, and we're ahead by one. Let's go to this one here. And we have to be careful because on a 12-hour time frame, we're observing after hours data too. So let's do this. It's close enough to a day, right? So here's the other set. And we're going to do this for maybe the last 4, right? So let's do two more of these. And then we'll get Cryptic's thesis on this in paper, in a statistic. And this will help lead. This will help lead a pretty nice set of a nice data set. So let's do Wednesday and Wednesday right here. Let's mark it off. And this, what I'm doing here, team, is marking off areas, so that we can back test. Right. This is what it's like. We just go over the probabilities here. So if there's anything that I can do for Cryptic and his and his ability to look at charts, is that I can help back it, and I can help put down a thesis on this and chart it the way that he's potentially looking at it, right? So I will do my best to support him in the way that he observes the market, because that's that's what teams do, man. That's what friends do. So let's join heads here and see if we can't get ourselves a really nice opportunity to trade. So this is it right here. We have the last 4 iterations, which is marking off. Let's see. Do we have? No. Yeah, that's it for 2023. These are the 4 quarters, right? So let's go ahead and see what we have as far as data. So we're going to mark off now the total downside or upside from the last 3 weeks, or from the 3 weeks leading up to, or the prior 2 weeks leading up to the earnings being the 3rd, right? So let's do this. Let's just make sure that we have the data lined up right on the Wednesday. So here you go. There was actually one more there, right? So we're going to measure from this point, from the opening of the candle, all the way down to the last candle, right? So that would be Wednesday right here. So that would be to the low of that one. See, we have just a little deviation in information there. Okay, so let's mark that. Let's mark that off. So that was an opening of 169.07, a low range of what? Did you see that?
Yeah.
169.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's kind of like what? That's why I'm like, what?
Dude, what? Is that like a 50-point move? Like,
yeah.
Let me just pull up the damn calculator here, because I'm gonna get the exact number here. God, my goodness, dude, that is ridiculous. Okay, so 169.07. That's crazy, man. And then we have the low of 115.12. Oh man, so yeah, it's a 53.95 point move. So let's put it in there, right? 53.95 point decline. And you know what? If I'm just to make sure that we have the data steady, let's just put
fucking meta size,
dude. Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
He found this. Cryptic found this in his scan, and it has some stupid movement, bro. Like ridiculous.
Fuck, Cryptic, how the fuck did you find this? Is this Albertson's company? Is this Albertson's store?
Albemarle Corporation.
Oh, dude, I have no idea what it is.
Me either, but it just has movement.
It's just a random scan I pull every day.
So just for the curious, right? Albemarle Corp engages in the development, manufacture, and marketing of chemicals for consumer electronics, petroleum refining, let's see, utilities, packaging, construction, transportation, pharmaceuticals, crop production, food safety, and more, right? So that's kind of like what they're doing here. So very, very impressive ticker.
So just so I'm clear, that 53-point down move is actually the week prior to earnings.
So we're doing
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's like
2
2 weeks prior.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're 2 weeks right now. We're 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, so we want to see if it can drop or go up,
See
because
what the potential is.
Okay.
yeah, because
Thanks.
it has signs of upside, but now we're noticing that it has signs of downside too, right? So that's what we're here to do.
For sure.
We want to make sure
Okay,
that we can
thank you.
get that data. Yeah, not a problem, brother. I'm really happy to help, right? So remember, we're doing it from the opening range to the low range. So opening range to the low, meaning that we're going to do the opening on candle basis, opening of the candle to the wick low, if there is a wick, right? So let's go ahead and take that into consideration here. Let's mark it off. Let me get the calculator up and running again. So the opening candle here is 237. So let's go ahead and mark it off, right? And the low here is 202, 202.89. So another huge decliner, right? So 202, what was it? 89. That's giving us a 34.11 point move, a decline. Another massive decliner. So so Cryptic is noticing that this behavior happens 2 weeks prior to earnings, which is something that we all as traders should kind of take note of, right? You cannot be lazy, because or else you're just kind of guessing whatever may happen, and then you have no historical data to tell you or prove otherwise, right? So let's continue here. So this is let's see, Wednesday. Okay, we're on the right candle there, and this one we're on the right candle there as well. So let's take the data from this one as well. Hold on just a sec, buddy. I'm noticing here that I'm not. Okay, here we go. So let's do it from the opening of the candle to the low of the range, right? So yeah, this could be immediately in play as soon as tomorrow. Opening 203.68. So let's mark it off on the calcy here. 203.68, and the low of the range is 160. So another one. So you can almost bet here. That's a 43.68 point decliner. So that's let's see. Let's jot it down right. Point decline. Oh, there you go. Okay, now this is our next one here. Let's just make sure that we are on that Wednesday candle. This is the one right there. Okay, and let's just make sure that this is also on Wednesday. Actually, this one here. Okay. So this is our move here. Let's take it from. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to do it from the opening to the low, right? So it's just to follow the data as tight as it can be, no matter the upside or downside. So opening range, we have 281, right? So 281 to the low of the range here, or wick low, which actually would be here. Yeah, you know what? I have to do it here. I'm sorry about that, team. It's 269. So 269, that gives us a 12 point drop opening to lower the range. If we're going to keep the outlier, it's a low of 259.31. So it does have the potential to drop down, but it's before the second week. So if we're going to do that, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt for us to put that down there, right? So that would be a 21.69 point decliner, right? So let's go ahead and take that into account. So that's going to be 21.69 point decline. Okay, and I think that may have been it. Yeah. All right. So this is so here's what we're observing. The last 4 iterations have been 21.69, 43.68, 34.11, and 53.95. Let's see. OGG, what do you think, buddy? You're pretty good at math. What do you think this is giving us an average, or are you good at kind of guessing this as an average? I can take the data and just honestly figure it out too. But in fact, yeah, let me just do that, because I don't want to guess this one, and I don't want to be wrong. So let me calculate the average here. let's see. I'm gonna put it into a code real quick. From the data, no, sample set samples. Let's see. So we have 21.69, 43.68, 34.11, 53.95. So the average is, let's see, let me get this tool here. 38.63, the algo is telling us. So 38.63 is the average decliner.
I didn't have my microphone on and I said 38.
Oh, nice, dude. Thank you.
I just heard you say that and I go, see, I told you, and I look and Mike, oh, my mic's not on.
You were just talking to us, so yeah, I can believe that you were talking without knowing. So here we go. Let me continue this, right? So we're gonna create the let me calculate the standard deviation, and then we're gonna get really close. Like we'll take this to almost at the target, right? Let's see. All right. Let me get the data here. So the standard deviation is 13 3/4 point decline. Okay. So let me do. Let me continue it. I'm gonna create. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
I just looked up the calls and put prices. They're in the Discord, the feed to the next. The calls are about 55 cents more than the puts.
What's the strike going to both ways? What's your top?
I put them both at 114, right right near the money.
Okay, hold on. Just
I'll look it up. I'll see if I could get the.
And it doesn't show the open interest in Fidelity when there's no market open. I can
get it. Give me a sec.
I'm gonna calculate now the upper and lower bounds of the first, second, and third standard deviations to have that in line as well, right? So, okay, so here's the. Let me pull up the data from the algo and okay, this is that, and this is this, and let me bring up. This is the following data. Here we go. Let me just arrange it here because it's a little messy. So yeah, first standard deviation bounds. Let's see.
ALB is giving me the big target for ALB is 100. That's the biggest volume in open interest.
That's puts. The biggest volume in open. Okay.
100 puts. They're cost 115.
115. Okay.
That's the most open interest.
And can you see historical data?
Like triple. No.
Okay.
Oh, just current.
Just current. Okay, that's
yeah.
That's interesting. I want to see if oh, you know what? Yeah. I think we can get deeper data if we had a paid sub on something. But for now, we have enough data to give us the probabilities here. So this is your let's invert. Sorry, buddy, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at something.
Okay, I'm gonna start plotting here based on the math. And this is from the current moment, right? We're just 2 days prior to it. So I should have done it Monday to Monday, right? But it's okay. We're still just 2 days away from it.
Yeah.
Let's get
all it's seen is if we break this triangle, this descending triangle, our target would be like 90.
Damn.
Kind of goes with the.
Watch it meet on the statistics too.
Our target one. Okay. The lower target.
So let me put.
the higher target. I'm sorry, the higher.
The higher target. Okay. So let me put here.
Target, the lower.
190. Or lower, not literally 90.
No. 90,
Here we go.
literally 90.
Let me do Alt. What is it? V, I think it was. No, Alt H. There we go. Let me get rid of this boy here. So this is the first discretionary target. I'm gonna start plotting here the averages from the statistics, right? So, and come Wednesday, we'll know exactly where this is gonna be. Because you know what? That was another thing. It's on February 14th. It's on Wednesday. That's
Yeah.
When's the 14th? That's next. Yeah. So come this Wednesday, right? Wednesday in maybe in 3 days. As soon as that Wednesday close, or I'm sorry, as soon as Wednesday morning. So we're gonna have to wait till Tuesday night. So intraday Wednesday, that's gonna be the data. Wherever the price opens that day. But right now, let's just speculate, and we're gonna mark it. We're gonna mark it off because remember, Wednesday is the day for earnings. It's on Wednesday, February 14th. So that's why I'm taking the Wednesday, not Monday. So let's speculate for now. The decline, right? So we're looking at the decline here of the. Let me just get rid of. I'm gonna do it kind of ahead here. 38.36. So let me make the math. Minus 38.36. That's putting us at the average move is putting us down to 75.93. But remember, this is just data, right? We're gonna plot it as the total potential. So 75.93, and then we're gonna go over the higher probability targets from there. Right? It's not to say that we're gonna take into consideration the bottom line target. Is just to take into consideration how low it can go. So this is your average here. Okay. Now the standard deviation, 13.75. Oh my goodness. There's another national weather flash flood. Let me just make sure it's not us.
Yeah, target. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm under a flash flood warning here to keep an eye on my phone.
I'm under everything flood warning.
Dude, wow. California, let's go.
California's gonna die. It's just gonna go into the ocean. It's its fault for being a commie state.
Oh my goodness, dude! I wish us luck, right? Because we're not gonna have any trades going on, man. So anyway, 114. Dude, this sucks. This really sucks. I don't want to die, bro. Minus the standard deviation, 13.75. It's $100.55. Let's see.
Oh, Aiden's not gonna be able to eat now. His cans are gone.
Where are we? Right here, just about right there. Okay, now let's go over the lower bounds and the upper bounds. Right, first standard deviation. Let's take into consideration the lower bound of the first, which is going to be 24.61 from that 114.30.
Cool.
Holy crap. 114.30 minus, let's see, 24.61. So that's taking us almost exactly to the target that Cryptic Trader gave us. So his discretion is leading us to 90.47. Statistically speaking, 89.69 is the metric here. Right? So just about, oh my goodness. So his target is dead on. Right? So let's continue here. I want to take into consideration the lower bound of the second standard deviation, 10.85. I'm doing that because I don't want the outlandish numbers, right? I'm going to try to match them and see. Yeah, sure, but I don't want them to be so damn out there. We have to be realistic at some point too. But remember, earnings can can really shift things around like freaking crazy. You know, we just don't know. But let me continue. Let me continue here. Let's see. So let's do the 114.30 minus the right, the lower bound of the second standard deviation, which is 1085. That's taking us to 103.45. So 103.45. This reminds me a lot of like that show, Young Sheldon. Have you guys seen that? Young Sheldon? It's actually pretty good. And what I'm doing here reminds me of like the things that he does. When in that one episode where he's talking about the football, he was saying, you know, statistically speaking, if you punt on the fourth down in football, you know, there's a 92% chance the other team is going to get it. Is that true? I don't know, man. But he did say that. Does anyone punt on the fourth down anymore? Media Junkie. Hey guys, I forget. I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting that we have the YouTube chat going on. Hound, how you doing, buddy? Candace. What is up, Coin Fox? Good to see you in there. Yuka Frita. What's up, buddy? Pedro Murillo. Albert. San Bernardino by Kelsey, San Bernardino, and San Andreas Fault is literally my neighbor, bro. Run. So Media Junkie's asking me, what branch of the military did you serve in Arca? My buddy, I actually did not. The only type of military experience I have is actually marching band, right? So marching band was quite military-like, and it was really, but not.
You weren't in band.
So, dude, I was
cryptic. Cryptic.
Dude, I was the coolest band member ever. I was the only one that hung out with the cheerleaders. So, my wife is actually the varsity captain.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. You see what Cryptic put in there when you said that?
What did he put on the chat? He's saying that did he put the picture of me, my famous picture? Oh my goodness, look at me. I was actually, guys. So no, man, I am not from the military, but I will have to say, dude, I will have to say that I have many of military personnel, both retired and active. They're members, and a lot of my master students too, man. In fact, here, dude, OGG, tell them where were you, man? What was your thing on the military? What did you do?
I'm a pararescue in the Air Force.
Oh boy, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky to be sharing the space here with people such as them. Right? We have some Navy, we have Army, we have Air Force, we have everyone, man. Marines for sure. I even have ex-Air Force and American pilots today. I'm not going to say what companies, right? But I have pilots here that also join us.
Awesome.
But very, very cool stuff, man. I'm very lucky. And so Media Junkie is, dude, OGG, check this out. Media Junkie saying that your trading strategies are 100% militaristic, right? So it's based on stats. And to tell you the truth, it was just, Traveling Sessions is retired U.S. Air Force. Look at that, man. Love you, buddy. Thanks so much for thank you for your service, and thank you for joining here and supporting the family. What is up, John? Good to see you here, my dude. He's a PJ. Yeah,
I'm a PJ.
He's 100%. A PJ, dude. He is, and he's built like a freaking titan too, man. This guy is like, you definitely would see, like, okay, yeah, you save people for a living, like.
You won't find PJs that are out of shape. I mean, maybe some of them get out of shape, but most of them stay in shape.
Yeah. So, Media Junkie, I'm. Let's see. You're saying stats, discipline, and structure, right? So these are literally words that I speak of every day. But I'm not from the military. I'm just really. My father, he was really, really, really strict with his boys, and he expected results always, right? So we're
was going to say your dad's like a DI with all the stories you've told.
Oh man,
so you were in the military. You just lived in it.
The guy was tough. The guy was really tough, man. And we raced competitive supercross and motocross. So you know that it was we had to be disciplined. We had to be strategic. We had to be in line. We had to have a good diet. We had to have all of the things that a parent wishes upon their kids, right? But Media Junkie, it was it was an educated guess, he said. But dude, I completely respect you, and I appreciate the way that you would look at me, right? But a lot of the times, I'm not alone. I'm definitely not alone with the way that I'm talking to you regarding the trade, the discipline and the structure and the statistics, meaning probabilities. This is something that's looked at from almost every professional trader, including right here. I'm very lucky to be trading alongside people like CoinFox and Cryptic Trader, right? Cryptic Trader will tell you, man, we have to be as accurate and as disciplined as we can with the practice. There's no room for guess to error, man. We can't do that, right? So we got to practice safe. We got to make sure to maintain consistency and discipline always. So, and I try to express this, and I will tell you that if anything, man, Cryptic Trader is more of the drill sergeant here than anyone else, man. He's really
100%.
Yeah, man. He's tough. He is tough, right? But it's just it is what it is. Right. But in trading, we're talking about live situations here, man. You're putting down in the line, cash that may be for your family's well-being, right? For your 401k, all that stuff. We can't do that, man. We can't do that. We have to make sure to practice safety first. But traveling session saying, I remember coming home from the club at 3 a.m. and to the PJs, rappelling down the side of the door. Oh man, dude, that sounds like you're gonna get killed.
Listen to this. He's so right. So when I was going through PJ school, it's done in San Antonio, Texas, where they have all the basic training. So I was in there in fucking like June, July, August, the hottest months of the year. And they would shut the whole base down. They would black flag it. They would raise a black flag, and nobody was allowed to come out of the barracks but the fucking PJs. And we would be in our shorts and our fucking T-shirts, singing and running on the asphalt to cadence, and then dropping on the asphalt and doing push-ups and laying on the fucking black asphalt. And all the guys in the barracks would be staring out their windows at us, fucking screaming and yelling, going, "Them are some crazy motherfuckers."
Good times.
I mean, we never got a day off, bro.
That's insane, man. And CoinFox is saying, thank you so much for your service, you guys. I agree. Thank you for your service, team. Really appreciate you here. You know what? We wouldn't be sharing the good times that we're sharing here if it weren't for you. So my hat's off to the military personnel, and I appreciate you following and supporting the family here too. So Yuka Frita saying, I no longer trade with my emotions, I only trade with my heart, right? So make sure that your heart is telling you that the statistics are correct. Chad Vivian saying, OGG is a monster. Yeah, man, he is a monster. And I got to tell you guys, you know what? This was something that him and I spoke about too, and we would say it next time live, right? So this is not the only time that I'm going to say it though, but team, he is actually a trader who was attracted to my strategies based on the systematic approach, a rules base, and a real strategic way of looking at this. So if you have a system that you're building, you're going to tinker with it and you're going to attenuate it, right, little by little, depending on the characteristics of every single individual chart, or in this case, you can look at one chart as one person. Right. So the collective psychology from the entire chart is a different psychology that of another ticker. Right. So ALB will not be NVIDIA. NVIDIA will not be Meta. Right. And Meta will never be, something like AMC or GME, which is that they're all very, very different in their characteristics based around the collective group of investors or traders within it. So that means that you have a system that is variable completely. So OGG was immediately attracted to my strategy because he actually did sports stats, right? So it was a sports caddy. but he used statistics for his for his outlook and for his decision. So he doesn't trade the sports team or the sport. He trades the number or the numbers, right? So he won't sit there and watch the game. He will put down the statistical results. So if he has an 83% probability of this thing going yay or nay, then he'll bet yay or nay, right? And then he'll let it go. So he came across my channel and started noticing, just like a Media Junkie did, asking me questions like that similarly, just the same way. So he came up to me and he started, he was curious about what I did. He became my master student for the track 1 students, and he passed it with flying colors, right? Of course he did. Any military personnel that I've ever had has passed it with flying colors. You can see the discipline built in. So he continuously practiced, right? He would come up to me with charts after charts after charts, and sometimes I wouldn't even respond, but it got to the point to where I couldn't respond because I was growing as an influencer too, right? My social presence was really growing. So he would always say, he calls me Master Sensei, right? So he says, Sensei, Ben, take a look at this, take a look at that, take a look at this. And at some point he would just come into the YouTube and say, here's 20, 25, 30 bucks right here. Look at this chat. Look at this chart. Sorry. And he would say, and I would feel pressured, right? So I'm like, oh man, how can I say no now? This guy's really like, he's owning my life with 30 bucks and I'm so thankful, right? So I would look at the chart and I would go over it live. And he would put together his whole thesis, and he would say things like, dude, it took me the last 4 or 5 hours to chart this out, and you broke it down and invalidated me in 75 seconds. Like, what the hell's going on? So he tried over and over. I'm talking about for the last year and a half, 2 years, man. It's been a while, right? So he kept on going and kept on going. At some point, he was giving me plays that were already materializing towards his favor, and using statistics and using the system that I'm sort of presenting now. This is a different type of backtest, though. We're doing this is price versus earnings, and what we usually did was volatility on linear versus stochastic momentum. I'm just giving examples of how you can backtest and gain your probabilities and stats based on prior or historical behavior, right? So he started practicing and more, and then at some point he started becoming right. His hit rate was jumping into the 80th percentile, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, that's pretty good for the last 2 weeks. Of course, 80% over the last 2 weeks is not realistic. We're gonna turn into 55% traders, 60% traders, 50% traders. And the thing is that if you keep a 50% chance, the ability of losing, like how good you are at losing, then comes to play. Because the way that you're creative in winning, the way that you're creative in putting together your play for the win, you have to be just as creative as losing. So your exit strategy is a must, right? Trailing stop loss, right? Knowing when the trade is completely against your favor. What is your max loss, and what is your disciplinary action based on how many times you've lost in a week or a day? What is your max dollar amount, max percentage amount? What are you doing to make sure that you can keep yourself out of the trade so that you don't lose any more based on revenge or based on anything of that nature, right? So learning and how to be the best type of, it's weird to say that, and it's really taboo to say this, but learning how to be the best loser you can be is also part of the strategy. So he was not showing me that he wanted to be the best loser. He was actually showing me that he had discipline to pull the damn trigger when it was away from his thesis and just be out. So he respects his stops, he respects his system, and he respects his take profits. So he won't be moving his targets. He'll move his stop loss only upward. So if his stop loss beginning, say an example, you're trading long on an asset that's $100. He goes in long at 100. His stop loss is at 97. He won't move the stop loss down. But if he jumps up to $105 or $106, his stop loss moves to 101. He keeps in the gain. Right? So he'll manually stop loss to break even himself. So that is discipline, and that is a system, and that is what I encourage all my master students and all my viewers to have and to practice. So that's just something that I wanted to put out here from an example from one of my track 1 master students, and he in fact became a very successful trader from that. He tells me all the time, man, if I had this system built before I met you, I'd probably be well into the 7 figures, man. This is incredible. Right, OGG?
I said 8, 9 figures. I'm already in the sevens.
Okay, never mind. 8 or 9 figures. There we go.
Hey, let me add to that. I just want to say something to everybody that's out there to what he just said. So I've been with Arca a year and a half, give or take. And I want any of you that's in the feed with us and does the trading with us, and you see me calling out plays and taking my gains and making profits and actually, doing something respectfully that looks kind of good, and I make the right decisions. I just want you to know that you roll this back a year and a half, and I didn't know any of this stuff. Nothing. I didn't know what a fucking candle meant. I just thought it was a fucking color that went up and down. I had no idea there was patterns in candles. I had no idea that the wick meant something to the up or to the down. I mean, I was the dumbest trader. The only thing that I was good at was stop losses, and if I found a stock that I ran fundamentals on that I thought was going to go up, I would swing it over a period of time or something like that. But I always played with a stop after I took a big loss. But anything that you see me doing when I'm charting and anything when I'm using indicators and any of that stuff, 100% it's Arca. I had no fucking clue about any of that stuff. So any of you that are sitting on the YouTube channel that are thinking that you're not sure if you want to pay $9 to get into the paid Discord, or, if I could say one thing to anybody, I know Arca's not doing his master classes anymore, but I would be begging him for a master class, a mentorship, or whatever. And I would certainly, that $9 that you're not investing, joining his Accord, or his Discord, private Discord, you're selling yourself short. Because even just coming into that, there's people that are in there now, like Ian and Buzz. What's his name? Buzz. God, I can't think of his name right now. But they're in there all day long.
Buzzman.
Yeah, Buzzman, just watching us trade and charting along with us and stuff. And they're learning everything that I've spent the last year and a half of my life. And I've spent good money with Arca. I paid for his master courses. I signed up and paid for all of his indicators. I, got into his Discord, and I was paying him money to look at my charts and to give me answers, because I really wanted to learn this craft. And it's not about money. I have money. This isn't about money for me. I know for some of you that it is, because you're not as old as I am, and you haven't already made it. It's about the craft, and I'm telling you right now, this man, like nobody I've ever met in my life, he fucking is amazing and knows the craft. So save your $10 and get on the free YouTube channel and sell yourself short, because you're never going to make it, because you're not going to learn what he truly does. If I was you, I'd pay the $10 minimum, get into the into the private Discord and watch us trade every day and chart along with us and learn what the indicators are, learn how to use them, and everything else. I can't tell you that $10 in a year from now will make you a 6-figure income the following year. Guaranteed. If you do the work and you put in the time. That's all I wanted to say.
My brother is so clean and so considerate, right?
If they give you a 6-figure income, Arca will give you 6 figures on the house.
Dude,
you would literally not have to pay attention and not do anything not to be able to make a 6-figure income. I put 15 hours a day into this process. I chart continuously. And whenever I miss a stream with Arca, like I get up in the mornings, if I'm not on this feed and they chart it down, I get up in the morning, open my computer, and I chart along with what him and sorry, buddy, him and Cryptic do. I chart the whole thing out. And I've been doing it for a year and a half, and I do my own charts now. If any of you followed my trade on in the crypto Discord, I gave you everything that I do this weekend. If you want to get on that Discord and throw through it, you'll see exactly how I do my trades, how I follow them, and how I get in and out. But it's 100% Arca, not me. I was a stupid gorilla. I had no idea what a candle meant. That's how bad I was.
You guys, that's very kind of you. I promise, I promise, I did not ask the team to say all of those things. Right. In fact, I feel a little ashamed. I hate saying this because I know I'm going to get cracked in the ass by all my peeps. But sometimes I feel a little ashamed of asking people to join. Right. But you guys are doing it for me, and I really have to say I appreciate it greatly.
Having this chart in, I say don't join his ass.
Right. So this was actually Media Junkie, the military guy who actually just asked me, for my stats and stuff. He asked me, I know you don't trade the dirty small mid cap counterfeited tickers anymore, but do you have any thoughts on ZJYL? The chart is okay. Well, here's the thing, buddy. I haven't dismissed small caps yet. I haven't, because we're running into season where dilution tends to happen a lot, which leads to potential upside. It depends on the broader markets, though. So I haven't discounted it just yet. In fact, I was sharing a system with Cryptic Trader just a few days ago. But because he's asking, what are my thoughts on it, I will share my thoughts on the chart itself. But I will also say that I don't support trading this ticker, and I don't support trading tickers like it. It's not to say that I'm going to give you the wrong info. Never. I would never do that. I will always be honest with what the chart says, and I will always be transparent with what I feel. And with that said, I will always share with you my true persona. Right? I can't, or else what credibility would I have if I say something that I don't feel may or may not have. You know what I mean. But with respects to you, Media Junkie, sure, I can give you my my thoughts on this, right? So, but just know for a fact that I do not support trading things like this, right? This is and the reason why, man, is because this is completely based off of a psychological perspective. A lot of people are thinking that, they're saying here, or they're saying at $509 that this is going to squeeze. The shorts are in trouble and all this and that. But I will say that it was just like 6-7 months ago, whatever that is, this thing was at $4, right? And it's now at 262, and it was at 509. That is called a squeeze. Like, that is a squeeze. That is a 10,000% gainer. So whether it squeezes to the upside beyond 509 or not, I don't know. But I can tell you what the chart says from the current moment. Okay, so from the current moment, we are looking at a potential slight upside continuation on the 4-hour. But let me pull it in closer and see what we have in the hourly. Hourly time frame upside pivot on stochastic momentum, right? A little shaky here, because it looks like we may suggest covering this gap in the hourly time frame. If I were to guess here, the asset drops from 262 to 245 for a potential continuation in its distribution process, right? So this would be my total range downside, 223.75 to 245.56. Potential bounce from this area to come back up and see about testing its close or low of the market close, which was right at around that 262. So if let's see what the market close was. Actually, it was right around 243.90, I think. Let me see the daily. Daily was the 262.02 close, 262, and it hasn't moved. Okay, so this thing is kind of stuck. What is happening? Let me see. Oh yeah, we're in contraction. Let me see the buy hourly. Hold on. Contracting, 3-hour contracting. Wow. 6-hour contracting, 8-hour barely making a move. What's going on with this, guys? This is actually telling me that this thing is at a standstill. So nothing's really happening here. This thing is not moving. Wow. Okay. So I will tell you that when things get like this, then there may be some type of pop to the upside, but I'm not sure if it's going to be like a final hurrah there, right? But a lot of people I know are going to be speculating on this very this formation here does not have a high hit rate, right? I will say it just like that, right? You have a cup in a little cuppy dubby here, right? That can lead the bulls to think that there could be a continuation to the upside. The targets from this formation, I will say, are kind of ridiculous. They are pretty big, right? So I will share them with you anyway, right? So this is what you're currently looking at here, right? Something like this. This is your cup and handle formation. The way you grab the price objective is from the top side of the candle, the cup, sorry, and to the bottom side. Apply it to the middle of your handle here, which could respectively be right around there. The target is 544.31. So you can already see how that may not be the case, right? Because you have a top side here of that 509.87. First of all, if it does reach that 509, I think that the strongest area of resistance would be from 490 to 500. That psychological top side there may be a huge reason for it not to continue. But that I am talking about a $200 increase from that point. So if there is an upside here, you have a critical range to get over. And I will say this is the toughest resistance aside from the 500 mark. And that would be this range here. Anything below this is out of the question. As long as you are closing below 304.21 to 313.19, you are in trouble, right? So if you do start closing daily closures upside of that 313.19, then there is a chance here for the price to slide upward, right? As you can see, there's no historical resistance or anything there. I am not giving this to you as hopium. I'm giving this to you as whatever the chart is saying. Okay, so now that we know the immediate short-term time frame, because it looks like it's repeating that same per se fractal, but at some point, this is going to be noticed, right? This is going to be noticed. So that can serve as a trap for you. All right, so just.
Okay, we're good. Bag holder alert. That cup is going to be filled with bag holders. That's what he's trying to tell you there, folks.
Yes, exactly. So be careful, okay? Be careful. There is a potential for, you may lose all of your money in this first drop, 245 to 223. All right, and then it could reaccumulate, but be careful. All right, so that is my honest thought on that one, buddy. We have to continue plotting out here, ALB. And so Media Junkie say we're good, bro. I want it straight. And those are my honest thoughts, man. I'm not bearish or bullish. I'm actually kind of stuck in the middle. It has a chance. It has it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs, right? So it is liquid. There's a lot of people in it, but I would be careful betting your entire life savings on that, right? If you're gonna trade it, I would say very, very little stuff. It's psychologically driven completely. Don't do that. Too many people who are uneducated are trading that. Too many. And that causes dumps and pumps and all kinds of weird crap like that. Anyway, so back to the point. Cryptic, check this out. The lower bound. I'm sorry. What was this one here? 114.29 to. Let me bring up. I'm sorry. I just got to recollect and see where I am. Right. Joseph, on which one, buddy? Which ticker were you talking about? Here on ALB. 114.30. Let me see what this was. 24.58. That's okay. So yeah, this is the lower bound of the first standard deviation. Is landing right at your target. Check it out, dude. So that would be the 90.47 of your target combined with statistics at 89.71. So your target is dead on. You are on the money. And So yes, this is totally a head and shoulders formation. Good eye, my brother. So now I'm not going over the psychology just yet. I'm going over the statistics, right? We want to go over the system as one by one, but great eye, good eye. That's exactly what that is, man. That could give us a signal here for a continuation to the downside. Of course, guessed right now, but we want to make sure that the system and our discretion meets psychology and mathematics. So then if we put that all together, then maybe there is a higher probability for a downside here. So statistics are showing some pretty interesting targets, right? So we're looking at 103.43 as a potential first target. 159, so $100.59 could be the potential second one, leading into the lower bound targets here, which would be Cryptic's overall downside take, which is what was it? His target was 90.47. Statistics are showing 89.71, and the let's see, 38 point. Let me see which one is that one here. 38.33. Did I even finish plotting out that one? In fact. Just a moment. Let me run the math one more time. I need to see what target that is. Minus 75.97. Okay, so that is the wow, that the average here is interesting. How are we getting down to 75? Let me see this. 79.6. Oh, sorry, it's 79.61. 79.61, but let me decline this from 33%. We're going to drop the lower bound of the first standard deviation is actually a correction here. Let's do 24.61. That's going to be 89.69. We have that one there. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, exit this one for now. Let me go ahead and go over them one more time. Sorry, team, just getting a little distracted here with the other things, right? So we have 114.30. The upper bound of the first standard deviation, I'm not sure if that's going to really be the best to look at, but it's a huge target to the downside. Let's look at it anyway. So 114.30 minus the upper bound of the first, that takes us to, yeah, that's way too much. Way too much. It's 62. Oh my goodness. So 62.20. I'm not even sure that we can do that. That may be a continuation target. You know, if we combat all of these targets, right? We have the math here to look at further targets to the downside. And let me plot it over here. There we go. This is the corrected target. Okay, so now let's start looking at the geometrics here, because this thing is taking us to $60. That's crazy. Geometrics, we're going to do an Fibonacci retracement here. We're going to try to reach it from the range low to the range high, right? We'll call it the swing low to the swing high. So let's see what targets are getting close to. And here you go. Check it out. So Cryptic's target of 90.47 is landing right at the 1.618, 91.71. So I'm going to give us a range here with a focused target, right? So here you go. Check this out. Let's draw in a box here just like this. We're going to take into consideration the 1.618, 91.71 Fibonacci retracement down to the low of the 89.71 statistical target with the focus of discretion at 90.47. Okay. This is looking like a very promising target, honestly. And let's do it just like this here, right? We'll put those in there just like that. All right. So now continuing on with the data here, of course, you know that I am a complete fool over the 1.272 or the 272 Fibonacci retracement, right? So this is yet again another area to look at for a range, right? So here are your ranges. Let me try to get it in there. Okay, so that's going to be your $100.59 at the lower bound of the first, right, standard deviation, and you have the 103.43 of the what was the 9.50? Let's see, what was it? That was your lower bound of the second standard deviation here. All right, so two standard deviations alongside the 1.272 geometric, that gives you a focus, right? And that is perfect. So that focus right there is landing at that 102.57. So yeah, we're doing good with these numbers. They're completely they're correlated to each other. But what's that that other stupid word, bro? You know, confluence. They're confluent to each other. So losing the vocabulary here, man. What's going on? Right? Who hired this guy? Right. So let's put that. Just put that down right over here so that we have it jotted down, right? So here we go. That's our second set of targets right there. Let's move the stats just a little bit over. And now that we have these kind of plotted out, I think it would be wise for us to kind of stay away from the targets sub $80, right? Because those targets are not really going to be the ones that we should truly focus on, right? So in fact, now that we have this, let's start observing psychology too. Right, so psychology, head and shoulders formation. Sorry, so we have a neckline completely at that at that bottom, right? So this is what we were talking about earlier as a quad bottom. That is a head and shoulders, but at the same time, it isn't that a quadruple bottom. Yep. That's what we talked about earlier, Joseph, that we were talking about the quad bottom here, right? So usually when you're experiencing a 4 times bottom, that would be the inflection point for either upside or downside. The third time would be naturally given as a downside here, but it actually faced an upside. So at this point, it is a 50% chance that we can get an up or a down, which is why we're doing the statistics here. And remember, the statistics may start playing out starting Wednesday, because the back test that we just did were 2 Wednesdays prior to the earnings call. And we are looking at an earnings call here on February 14th. And 2 Wednesdays prior to the earnings call has led historically right here, a 53.95 point decline, 34 point decline, 43 point decline, and a 21 point decline. That is giving us an average of a 38.36 point decline 2 Wednesdays prior to earnings call. So this is why we're testing for either the upside or the downside, right? So now head and shoulders formation, psychologically speaking, that is a downside, or it is a bearish formation, right? So let's go ahead and take that into consideration here and jot it down like that. The target, the price objective here is leading us to an 81.20. Now the 81.20, let's look at geometrically speaking, that's actually right at our 2 fib. So it is confluent to a Fibonacci retracement number as well. So we'll go ahead and leave it in there just like that. Note it down too. So let's see. Head and shoulders. Price objective, right? Okay. So now we know what we're dealing with here, team. So let's go over, now that we have a psychology, let me take a look at some more actually, let me take a look at another emotion here. So we're going to look at anxiety. Okay, so anxiety within that emotion plays for a statistical downside too, or upside. But let's really put that guess in. I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new chart here because it's getting a little too convoluted, right? So let's create a brand new chart because this is going to be the formation based on, what time frame are we in? A 12-hour formation. That is very credible. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. Okay, 12-hour formation. Let's go on a logarithmic chart. Do you guys see it? Master students, let me see if you see the formation. Tell me what I'm looking at. I know that I have a few master students already inside of the Discord and here outside into the YouTube. Please let me know what formation you see. In the 12-hour time frame, what are you looking at? I want to see if my students notice this. It's a formation that I tend to look at a lot, and it's one that's served pretty well over the bear cycle into a transitory market. So yeah, we're studying on the head and shoulders, yes, but the larger formation is what? Viv, Chad. That's right. That's right. Man is Bond. That's right. That's completely correct. What we're looking at here,
that's right,
dude. We're looking at a descending broadening wedge. Good eye, team. Very good eye. So let's go ahead and start paying attention to what those probabilities could be for that formation too. So here we go. And then we're going to take into consideration the bottom side of it, right? Okay. That's it, Ian. That's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and now make the probabilities here. Remember the golden rule of 3. We have test number 1, test number 2, and test number 3. The test number 3 usually leads to the biggest capitulation, right? And then the test number 4 leads to our potential true breakout. Test number 4 is in line with test number 5. So test number 4 and 5 are breakouts to the upside. And Pedro Murillo, that was also a potential here. Yep, it does look like a dead cat. And actually, it looks like a few dead cats, right? Good eye, my brother. Good eye. So the macro perspective is what we're looking at here, because this is a huge distribution, right, in a macro time. So it may be ready for reaccumulation.
Arca, can I interrupt you real quick?
Tell me, brother.
Something else.
Sure.
if you look back in the chart in your 12-hour, there's a couple of head and shoulders the same as what we're looking at now, and all of them have failed.
All of them have
To the
failed.
downside.
Interesting.
To the down, like you see this one right there.
Uh,
I'm pointing my pointer at your screen like you can fucking see it. Right in the middle of your chart, you have a head and shoulders, and it went down, and then up over here you have another one. But
Here.
they've all right, and then go to the left. There's another one,
and
go to the left. There's another one right up above it.
Yeah, right here. There was one that failed. It went upward.
So well, it went upward, but then it came down off the other shoulder.
Yeah,
see the shoulder.
That's what I'm expecting, though.
So what we're expecting here is the inverse, but everybody's looking at this head and shoulders. But let me show you something that you're not looking at. Let me show you this. This is what you're not noticing. You see that? So the smaller time frame, so the smaller time frame may not be the one to give us the overall answer, because this is in fact telling us that we may be on a 3-day reaccumulation. So then you have the clear inverse head and shoulders here.
Sure.
It's a potential. It's a potential. It's not the absolute truth. But I hear your strategy in it too.
I still like what I drew on the 4-hour, bro.
The 4-hour. You're talking about a breakout to the upside. Let's take a look at that target. Let me go to the 4-hour.
The breakout to the upside.
Yeah. So check this out. I have that still in mind, and I wanted to show you
that's in confluence with that's the confluence with what I'm expecting, and then a big drop on earnings.
What's your target on the 4-hour?
The 4-hour, my target is around 135.
135.
135 roughly.
Okay. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to draw your formation right over here. It's just like this, right?
No, that's not my formation.
This is not. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me pull up your drawing here and put it in here with the thesis, right? So here we go. Let me close this thing off just a little. I can't do it. It's okay. This is it here. So you're looking at this green candle here, right? So that's where I'm coming down from right here. And you are matching this bottom.
Okay, you're good.
I mean, okay. Oh, okay. Well, actually,
see,
to be credited, as actually a little bit lower on this. Sorry. There we go.
No, that's fine. I'm thinking if you look at, because I drew a descending triangle on the 12-hour, and that matches up with the top of it going up and bouncing and then tapping out.
And then tapping out.
Yeah, and then tapping out.
So you would be noticing here that we could be set for.
That makes sense. Right?
Well, it does, because the thing is that he's noticing here.
Up, touching it,
Look at the target. Look at the target.
Same thing.
That's what I'm leading to. That's what I'm leading to. I wanted to show you that your top side. Yeah, I want to lead to the top side target that you're looking at is my resistance. So that means that you're calling a potential 30-point correction from here. So if this is going to drop 30 points, that means that test number 5 is going to be the true breakout. This thing will come all the way back down somewhere.
Yeah, exactly, Coin. Exactly.
So this is awesome. This is awesome. I think the overall prospectus here is let's see, it's not that complicated.
And Arca, remember the option chains is heavy at 100.
100. That's right.
And that would be the crap out from there.
Yeah. Like right around here is what you're talking about. And remember that this is the most confluent target that we have down here. Check it out. Right here. 89.73 to 91.71.
When I saw it, it looked like a fake out. Initially, I thought, like, this looks like a bear trap.
Me too. But it's telling us that the data is actually going to be more viable up here by Wednesday or something. Right? Or who knows? Yeah. We'll just see how it behaves. But
tomorrow.
We just have
to
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. All right, who was talking?
Oh, I just said it might start its upward movement off that fourth touch of the quadruple bottom tomorrow to his up play.
Yes. It either craps out there or it bounces and it gets the top target. One of the two.
Oh,
Right. So
just wait for it to unfold.
So coin, what I'm doing here for my master students, I teach them how to use multiple strategies to invalidate or validate their thesis. This is literally the 17-week mentorship that I'm teaching. I have to do it. I have to practice what I preach, buddy. So I can't just ignore it. So I will put down the stats, I will put down the psychological targets and the discretionary resistances and supports, and then you'll see that it actually meets. But it's in respects to the course. I apologize if it's a little extensive.
Well, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. So Cryptic already knows my strategy. Yeah, but dude, I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for my master students. I can come up with this with my eyeballs. I can see that, but I have to practice what I preach. I have to show the team how it's done, because I can just say, between us, you'd have enough trust for me to say, okay, guys, and I'd have enough trust in you and Coin to say my top side resistance is looking like it's 150. The bottom side looks like it's around 90. And you guys will be like, yeah, I see it too. I see it too. But to the rest of the world, as an influencer, I have to put down the math. I have to show them how I'm coming up with it. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. But but between pro traders like you guys, I can't, I'm going to have to bore you a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You guys are way advanced, man. These the students here, I have to make sure they could keep up with me. And they follow, I've told them, I encourage them, join the ArcaBulls Trading Team, and you can see the practice in real time. But then you really practice it when we're trading live. It's like, oh, dude, we're flying through the targets. Pedro,
Had a new member join.
Say again, bud.
They said you just had a new member join, Candace. Candace Babies. She just joined and she's here with you.
Oh, Candace Morrison. What is up, Candace?
I just welcomed her.
Nice. Yeah, I see her now. What's up, Candace? Good to see you here. So make sure, just in case you're having a conversation outside of the Discord, make sure to hit that mute button on your microphone and keep it muted just in case. Hey, Cryptic, did you notice the earnings for tomorrow? Thanks so much, Pennington.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
So yeah, man, we have McDonald's, what was it again? Mitsubishi, and I think it was something else.
I'm looking at Cat. More than anything, and Tyson.
Cat was. Is it still worth around $200 or where is it?
Yeah, it usually moves.
It does, right? Let's take a look.
And I think in Tuesday we got EMPH. EMPH moves.
Ooh, dude, that's an intraday mover.
And Snap. Yeah.
Bro, yes. All right, let's do it on Cat for tomorrow. What time is it going to be?
It's a pre-market. That's going to either be a slow bleeder or a slow mover up.
Oh.
It usually is.
It usually is? Okay.
It's almost always trades the same.
Damn it, man. Damn it.
It's pretty safe to trade, though, isn't it?
If it's a slower mover like that, sure.
Yeah.
It's once it decides, it's going to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's in there. A firm? When's a firm?
Yeah, when is a firm? Let me run the quick little 4 iterations here. So this is
Thursday. Okay.
Okay. We still got some time.
Yeah, that time.
But yeah, from the ones that I was
tomorrow,
observing, tomorrow could be.
Tomorrow AM would be Caterpillar.
Okay.
I have. Let's see. Are we done with this one?
ALB is done. We got the targets. We got the whole thing moving. So, but Cat.
A la verga.
A la verga.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, Coin.
Yeah, so yeah, that would be the move plus continuation at intraday. And it's interesting because this is it's a large enough asset to be considered for after hours. So this could be a complete market mover.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, opening 249. The low of the range is very, very nice actually. This is a 7.
I always like Cat.
Yeah,
Cat,
dude.
Cat looks like it's at a high. Yep. It is.
17.
You remember, Cat will move like boom, 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 boom.
Hell yes.
During the day.
Okay.
It could give you 10 points during the day, though.
During the day
earnings.
too. Oh yeah, you know what? That's something
During the day. Yeah, during the day.
let's do that too. Let's do it from the call to the day, right? So and yeah, so let's just mark off the entire range. Or how do you want to do it? Or should we do it like that actually? Or should we do pre-market range or earnings call
Go
range?
from the call. I'd go from the call to the open, and then open. Honestly, if it whatever it does during the pre-market on the open, it'll still give you another 10 points. That's what I've
It looks
seen.
like it did, honestly. So this one,
But it's slow though. You got to kind of hold it you got to hold it from like 6 a.m. to noon. That's the thing with cat though.
yeah.
But it will give you 10 points on earnings.
Let me see what the opening was on the day here. Okay. So the opening, 227. I mean, overall, it did a lot. So 227 to 223, 5, 6. That's already like 4 points, but it went up. 227 to 233. Okay, so 230, 42. Sorry. So and then 230 from the 230. That is a kind of a huge candle here. I mean, the range from 223 to 230 is like literally over 7 points. So it's a big mover overall, but it did gap down like freaking crazy, and then it looks like I want to see the recovery of it too. So I was check this out. What if we did?
Yeah, it is coin, but during the day it's like a 10 point. It'll move the 20, 25 points, 30 points on earnings and grind down.
Yeah, coin. You're not
up.
wrong. You're not wrong because you're talking about total range, right? So this thing opened at 249. Let's just say 250. It dropped all the way to 223 at intraday. So yeah, you're dead on, right? 33 point move there overall, right? So but that's what Cryptic was saying, that if we were to hold this thing intraday to around noon, then we could probably bank out on the full extension.
Yeah.
Was that? I'm sorry. Oh, and man, come on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm noticing that I'm not speaking to YouTube. I need to put this thing back. Joe H, my brother, the Taco Bell Fund. Dude, I love you, man. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. US1 saying best decision I made was to join Arca's Discord. My brother, thank you, dude. Thank you. But anyway, let's continue here, team. Anybody buy cat isn't better to wait for about 9:45 either to calls or puts. So there's two ways that we can play these earnings calls, Joe. There's the you see here the first 30 minutes from the earnings call was a decline here on the first iteration at 17 points, right? So if you held it for an hour, it actually declined from 250 all the way down to 231. So that's a 20-point move in 1 hour from the earnings call. And if you include an hour and a half from the earnings call, you're looking at 230. Let's see, what was the other one? The low of 231 and barely, right? Just another couple points. Yeah. So it's kind of a huge mover at earnings too. Now this is and from the intraday you got another 4 points down, but overall in total it moved around 7 points in the day. Right. So we want to know what would be the higher probability or biggest move from this. Right. So here's a long. And dude, this one's interesting here because look at this. The first 30 minutes opening was 264 and the high was 269. So you're looking at a 3-4 point move on this, but that wasn't the case at the open of the day. That's when it went ridiculous. So
almost looks like the exact opposite of the one you just looked at.
Yeah, it really does.
That one goes straight up and keeps going.
So let's see. Was this the earnings call? Dude, I hate it. It's observing it. Oh, it was 12-hour. That's why. So we got that one there. And here's that one. Holy goodness. Let me see the opening of the day too. The opening on earnings day was 272, right? So let me come back here to the 30. This was your opening here. So if you were to hold this from from the earnings candle, which is actually this one here, right at about the 264 mark. I mean, yeah, it moved 4 points up, but it also from the earnings 264 it went all the way up to 288. So that's like a 30-point move overall. So, but that's holding it though. That's completely holding it. So, but
as long as it's fucking right, and why wouldn't you?
Oh man,
was that the same day? 24 points in one day?
Almost 30 points in one day. Yeah, the other one too. Other one too. It was 38 points or close to 33 points. Sorry.
Yeah, down, right?
Down, and
you gotta remember with this pre-market ones that they don't tend to move a lot until like people start coming in, so 6 a.m.
I think this is not an earnings.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, I don't think this is an earnings 4 a.m. play. I think this is an intraday play.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll wait.
Like it because 100%. It holds its direction and it slowly goes up for the whole fucking day for a 20 plus point move.
Yeah, I agree. Snap is awesome.
Exactly.
It's not as fucking unpredictable.
So it's giving you guidance. It means it follows the guidance.
This is one where you buy a few options and leave them all day. That's how you do it.
You know?
For puts.
Right?
And that's I can't even play with shares unless I hold them all day.
Look at this opening. And then
definitely trading this one with you guys.
All right. So opening here was a 264. The low was 216 at the first 30 minutes. Damn. So man, that's a 14-point move from the earnings, right? So why don't we do the day's range instead?
Yep.
So because we're gonna do this intraday, so let's just do it from the day's range. So your candle here would be the earnings candle. This one's it's a small mover because it's just we're playing at intraday from this one, okay? But that doesn't it's okay. Huge bullish engulfing too, nice. So the opening was 227 down to 223. So that's a 4 point, right? Current market conditions also have a lot to do with this too. We have to see how it moves against the SPY or against anything else. What is this under the Dow? Opening here is 272. The high is 288. So you're looking at a 16-point gainer here. That's freaking huge. This is intraday, by the way. 16 point. Okay. And this one here is the opening of 217.73 to a low of 216. So this was only a 1-point move. So yeah, we may still see more volatility in the after hours, but we can see what it has the power to do at intraday too, though. So it's a hit or miss. We can watch CAT. We can also keep an eye on ALB. And Nvidia is another play because it just continued going and going and going and going and going. We have to see what the hell that's going to do. 263, 34. Sorry, opening. 261 this is a 3-pointer. Okay, so that's it for the data here. It looks like the so 3, 1, 16, and 4. If it's actually on me, it looks like it's increasing. Okay, so yeah, very we've seen some great moves. Maybe in the 2 days afterward or the next day. Yeah, coin. Snap. Yes, Snap is. That's actually where I learned all of my trading, and that's something that my mentor still shorts still today. And he he taught me on Snap, from the very beginning. That's where everything started for me. Is that earnings coming up?
It's tomorrow.
Nice. Is that sorry, I'm gonna look at that thing again.
After hours. After hours.
After hours? Okay, so we have a potential after hours tomorrow. Yeah, buddy. So let's just keep an eye. Let's keep an eye on CAT intraday, and let's see the ATR. 654, so 6.5 points here. What's the bias is not going to be given to us until afterward, so we can just mark off the. We don't know where it's even going to open. Actually, let me see. Let me see what the 24-hour market is telling us. Where is this thing sitting?
That fucker goes down after her
because of so much accumulation here.
Well, it's just with everything that they're doing against the farm. I guess they're building roads and stuff like that. I was just thinking, but they do all that construction equipment. Maybe not.
It's you're not gonna believe this. It's sitting at 319 right now. This thing is up. It made a new. Let's see. Yeah, I think it made a new all-time high.
It's been running all year.
This thing looks like the freaking S&P, man. It looks like it's running like an index. Let me actually, you know what? Yeah, let me do that now. I'm gonna run a correlation coefficient on this and see how tight it is to. Let's just say how tight it is to the SPY. Yep, man, it is within. Yep, it is. It is within the 80th percentile of the SPY. This is running with the SPY. So that tells us now, man. Let's just make sure that we can keep an eye on our broader market on this, and then we'll be cool. So just so you can see it right on a new price scale. Let me put the SPY here on candles. Let me move them down. Actually, I'll put it above the price action and this one right there. Take a look. This is your SPY versus CAT. This is SPY up here. Yeah, it's running completely. It's running in complete correlation to the SPY. So almost perfect. It's within the 80th percentile. So this is very good. So Joseph, please go ahead and try to do it in a computer, right? So on a computer, click on this link, and that's going to take you to the server subscriptions. Just look on the left, and it'll say server subscriptions, and it'll allow you to pay with a phone. I don't think it could be done, right? So try to subscribe with a computer, and then everything on your phone will be accessible. The application and all that stuff.
You got all that big baller money now. You can play everything.
No, dude. Oh my goodness. Anybody buy cat? Is okay. So yeah, that's it. That's it for this one, bro. So what do you? Let me get rid of this thing here, and I don't know where it's gonna open, right? But it's got 6.5 points. Yeah, Baba is on Wednesday, man. That's not sure how much it moves. Seeing that it lost so much of its money, right? It wasn't it once like an $800 asset. It's like $80 now.
I think it's got like a $380 now.
Sorry, guys. Say that
Baba
again.
sucked the last few. Baba hasn't been good.
Hasn't been good, huh? It's lost a lot of its credibility. I don't know what happened.
It used to.
I think it's going to be good again, but I'm pretty sure its top was around 380, all-time high.
You got to do McDonald's too, McD.
Let's do it. Look at a coin just coin saying about Disney, bro. My bro, that's so funny. Is it MCD or what was it?
MCD.
MCD.
Hey, Arca.
What's up, buddy?
Real quick.
Man.
Look in the Discord or in the comments. Look what I just hit. See the picture?
Is that wait, I'm sorry. I've never seen this chart before. Is the
No, it's my basketball bet tonight. I had a 7-legger I just hit for plus 611.
what?
It's
Bro.
right there. I just posted it.
Oh my god, man, you're a monster. What the heck, this guy? Can you send a join again? It says, yeah. Let me send it again, buddy.
Look at Cryptic. That's awesome. That's totally me, dude. I never play slot machines in my life.
Try this one, Joseph. Let me know if it works. Because sometimes it has a max usage of like 7 or something.
Why I had to mute my my mic because I was fucking watching the end of the Denver Nugget game when I at the team. Oh, motherfuckers, go.
Let me know, Joseph, if it works, buddy. All right. Yeah, make a D. That was alt. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Let's map the boy out. Let's put the stats together for this thing and see what we have in play. Right, and that's going to be January. That's it right there. Okay. So let's do the 30-minute time frame. Earnings candle is this one here. Nice. Text, right? It's going to be 260. Let's see what the lowest move was. 263. It's I guess yeah, let's do it anyway. Let me move this thing right there. Okay, earnings candle is this one here. Opening 293.50. That's about it's about a 7-point move. Nice. Seven points on that one. Let's see this one here. This is the earnings candle here. Wow, this such a weird candle. I'm gonna do a complete range on this one though, or actually no, I can't. 295 to a high of a 296. It was just a point and a half. Let's just do 1.5 points. Okay. Damn, that is nice. Woo! Okay, let's check this one out. So this one has a opening of 272 to a high of I thought it was going to be bigger. 6.7, that's just over 5 points. So let's leave it there. Okay. So 5, 1.5, 7, 3. Let's look at these to see if it's a better intraday play. Yeah, let's go back on the earnings here. And yeah. Oh, it definitely is. Opening 260, low of 254, 6-point move. Opening of 292, high of 298, 6-point move. Oh, 7-point move. Still the same. Let's see this one. The opening of the candle is 295 to a low of 289, close to a 6-point move. Intraday play, buddy. This is intraday for sure. This is an opening of 265 to a high of 267. That's a 2 point. What was the low? 263, 2 points. Yeah, so 2 points up, 2 points down on that one. And that was it. I mean, we can observe, of course. Prior to that, 263 to 266. That's a 3 point move. And before that was 249 to, damn, that was a 10 point move intraday. Holy crap. Before that, 249 to 256. That is a 7 point move. Holy crap. They're a little more, let's see, 249 to a low of 245. So pretty much a 4 pointer there. 241 to 244, 238. So 3-4 point move on that one. Okay, I think that this is an intraday play for sure, though. It moves more after the call. 242 to a low of 2. That's another 3 or 4 point move. So, yeah, average man could be around an 6 to 8 point average on this. So, Chad is saying that he's reading that whales have taken a bearish stance on MCD going to earnings. Who knows though? In options. So, Joseph, sorry about that. Here, I'm going to give you one more, and this is going to be the one to bring you to the landing pad, right? So, here you go, buddy. Sometimes it happens. This what you're doing here, that it happens sometimes. Try that one, Joe. Okay. So that's it for Mega D. Cat, we're looking at 2 intraday plays. 3 intraday, including ALB. And there's no really telling where the hell the SPY is going. We need guidance, bro. Really? Sorry. Let me try something. Hold on. What? What if I take you directly to the server shop? Click on that button. What the heck is going on? Let me come here. Let me come over here to the. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I don't think there's a need for us to do the although Cat appears to move a little more during the earnings call. MCD does not move as much during the earnings call. It looks like it moves more intraday. I will say that I think that we should stick to intraday price action. And let me give a quick eyeball to the ones that were in play on Friday. We had I think it was Nvidia and Tesla, actually. Those were going stupid. But look at this, man. Look at the top side on that Nvidia. That thing ended at 666. Oh, man. What if it's giving you the warning here? The gates of hell are about to unleash on all of you. Oh, my goodness, man. That thing ripped all the way to 666. Look at it.
That fucker turns, I'm going to be shorting the shit out.
Yeah, let's go, man. That's nasty, man. Go ahead, OGG. Sorry.
I said when that fucker turns, I'm going to be shorting the shit out of it.
Cryptic, you're at a power outage? No way. Wait, he might not be able to hear me. Hold on. Cryptic is actually sharing with us what's happening to him. Let me go ahead and just show the chat right here. This is currently Cryptic Trader. Just a little bit of rain, right? He's out for now. He definitely is one. Oh my goodness. My dude. That is incredible, man. Very, very interesting times here. So, oh, wait. I had something here. So, team, I'm going to go ahead and, present this on a, I want to go ahead and present this on a more public post. But I'm going to start here. And I want to go ahead and just say that I'm going to try my very best to gain maybe a couple bucks here for a good friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. So he's recently had a terrible accident, and his entire life is flipped around for this. And I would like for you to, even if it's a freaking quarter, man, whatever you could, just go ahead and consider hitting this link and help out a friend, right? He's a dear friend of mine, and I would really like for you guys to let's just say that he's lost his abilities here, man, and he can't walk, he can't do much right now. The accident was not his fault, and he has kids and stuff, man, and it's very hard for him to see his kids at all. So please consider hitting that link and dropping my buddy anything you can. I will be sharing this on Twitter, and I will be sharing it on the public Discord as well. So just know that it's a person very close to me, and just know that it would mean a great deal to me and him and his family if we could all pitch in. I will be pitching in tonight. And but yeah, team, I would never ask for anything like this. In fact, I've never asked for anything like this. It was just for him the last time, and I'm gonna put it out one more time because who better to stick up for him than friends and family. So let's if we can try our best on that, team, it'd be amazing. So thank you so much for taking into consideration here. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. But anyway, Cryptic Trader is still out and about, right? He is still out there struggling. Oh, dude. Yeah, man. Buddy.
I just sent you a little Chad. Good looking picture of you there, bro. You look good all scuffed up.
You got the battle wounds, buddy. Thank you so much, OGG, for contributing to my brother. He means a great deal to me and my family, man. So I want to make sure that he's okay, and that we could, any little bit helps, really, dude. But I'm really not one to put things like that out. But when it came to the situation that I read, and I'm sorry, that was told to me, I was just, I was dumbfounded, and I couldn't believe what we saw there. My goodness. Little AR-15, NVIDIA over 1,000. Eventually, they will do a split. I know, man. I know. I completely agree. What people were saying, that NVIDIA seems too expensive at $100. Guess what? Those same people were saying that it looked too expensive at $300. Same people were saying that it's way too expensive at $4, $5. CoinFox. But dude, I appreciate you so much, man. And I know Chad, he will appreciate you a great deal. I never mean to put the team out like this. It's just I feel that if we look out for each other, then we know that we have each other for this. And you guys know that. You guys know that I mean well, and I don't want this to be. I don't want this to be looked at like it's some like nefarious thing, because it's not. It's really true, and I put myself in that situation because, dude, I can't. I can't even tell you what it would be like if I couldn't see my son. I can't. So I'm not going to speak about that because it will completely annihilate my ability to speak at all, right? So I know that my dude is back there learning the best that he can from the master's course. He's a master's student, learning the best that he can from our surrounding traders like Cryptic and CoinFox, who are so kind to share their talents and their time and their abilities here with the team. I couldn't ask for any better. I'm way too blessed not to acknowledge things like that. Love you, Chad. I hope that whatever we could do here, buddy, could help a bit. I'll try my best to see if the family could contribute, dude. Of course, no guarantees in anything, right? Because we're all in a situation. We're all here because we want to learn and get better at what we do, and hopefully siphon from the financial markets. Of course, dude. That doesn't mean I can't contribute a quick $20 to you, man. But I got you. I'll contribute what I can to you, buddy. So, little AR-15 saying NVIDIA still cheap. Meta looking good this year too. Yeah, man, it's really interesting. You know what? It's funny what big money will do when they're in danger, statistically speaking, and physically, right? You remember what the court he was getting, Ted Cruz, right? Ted Cruz was drilling my boy over the recommendations and the solicitations made by the algorithm under the Instagram profile or the Instagram social platform. And thanks, Coin. I appreciate you, brother. Ian, dude, my brother, thank you so much, man. I can't tell you, man, how much that means, brother. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah. So he was facing that social public scrutiny, right? And then the next day they offer their first dividend ever. You know, like it makes you think, like, were you ever gonna release that dividend if it weren't for you getting just beat down with a huge ugly stick? You know.
That ain't gonna save their ass.
Dude, I have a feeling the inevitable will be the inevitable, but they're not doing bad. They actually had the biggest earnings beat that they've had in years, I think. So that's also gonna, we're gonna have to wait for it to dial back. But at some point, it's gonna revert. It's way overextended. But
we're taking down the pedo platform.
We're taking the pedo platform down. Dude, I definitely can't agree. I cannot agree with what they were doing, right, and the suggestions and stuff. All the, and he said, we as the Zuckman said, he said that we are the number one corporation that reports the most single-handedly, collectively, the most accounts regarding the children trafficking and all that stuff. Yes, you would be the number one because you're the one that gets the billions and billions of traffic. No one else gets that.
Yeah, you're the biggest.
Yeah, so no, I'm sorry to say, but no shit. Like, that's not going to save you from anything. Like, you should be, and it should be bigger. Right? But just like Ted Cruz said, it's got to be bigger. It's got to be something. Man, I don't know what it's like to run a social platform that big. I don't know what it's like to manage billions and billions and billions, let alone a trillion market cap asset, right? But what I do know is that if you do have that kind of pocket, you have the resources to make the impossible possible, just like you did to make Meta run the way it did, 65 points in climbing. That is literally driving the entire financial markets to the upside. I mean, what? Am I right or am I right? So CoinFox is saying, are you sure you want to... Exactly. Click here to see anyway, right? See results anyway. Check out resources. Click here for resources? I'm warning you that you're about to, you're about to be watching some pretty bad stuff, right? So click here for resources or click here to see results anyway. Damn. So 2 positives. 2 hell yes. Not cool. Not good. Not good. But yeah, that was my fight to that. Is just and then for some crazy reason, dividend next day, right? That was the night before earnings, which I think they should have held off. They should have held off until after earnings. That's like, it almost feels like it was manipulated.
It 100% was.
Man, I'm talking.
When Holly was telling him, "Are you going to pay these people? They should sue you." I'm like, it's fucking over. He already had hundreds of cases against him. When that was said on the House floor by Holly, and he made him get up and apologize, and he apologized and said, "This is why we're trying to do all this stuff so we can fix this, and none of this ever has to happen, and nobody else ever has to go through this." That's an admittance of guilt. Now the hundreds of cases go to thousands to tens of thousands. They are going to lose billions of dollars in lawsuits over the next 18 to 24 months. Guaranteed.
Yeah, Coin is presenting a pretty good case there too, and layoffs too. Sure, I agree with you, brother. He's saying that if Meta is going to, if they're going to face a dip, it's going to get bought. It's going to get bought, right? Because I'm telling you, man, we're not dealing with small caps or micro cap pockets here. We're dealing with chips, right? So chips have an unlimited void, man. It's a void of a pocket, right? So it's endless, the margin there. So you're gonna put out positive campaigns. You're gonna put out things that the shareholders want to hear. Shareholders that they want. Things that the shareholders want, right? And he's right. I do think that any dip is gonna get bought off quickly. But that's I think that's going to have to be the new change for Meta. It's going to have to be the pleasing the people for the rest of these like 3-4 years until it's kind of died off. He's going to have to kind of, shrug that off somehow. So, and this, if you ever built any money, this is the time to do it. So, and yeah, man. So I don't know. I think he's going to do everything at his power to maintain this thing propped up. If I'm seeing this the way I'm seeing, meaning that you've had this huge pump to the upside, a 100-point pump. Sorry, it was a 100-point pump to the upside over the span of about 3 days or 2 days, right? So if that's the case, and this thing is not dropping, that means that it's laying down its new high. It's laying down its new platform, its new upside range. So Meta may be ranging between the areas of around 453 to 485 or 490, well, otherwise known as 500 to 450. Right? So if it's establishing there a new leg, then Meta may not have another direction to consider other than up. So, but I mean, trust me when I say that, when you're dropping from 485 to 450, that's a huge correction even still, right? It's just a range that we're looking at. It's very lightly said and very lightly stated, but it's a high deal of pressure here. So there could be a pretty interesting continuation. What I mean is that there could be an interesting continuation to the upside here based on enough validation and closures of this new leg, which could be something that the SPY could be doing too. And this is something CoinFox presented as an argument. A lot of people think that the SPY may eventually correct to a major downside, but I personally don't think so. I have been for the last month saying that it's going to establish another higher low. I don't think that it's getting ready for a capitulation or a correction. I think that there is room for decline and for short-term correction, sure. But capitulation, I don't think so. Reversal, I don't think so. If anything here, I think that some of the low targets could be in, right? Maybe 490. Don't quote me like that, right? 490 for the immediate short term potential. yeah, maybe even I would say 488 to maybe 485 longer term. But it feels like it's just overall correct. It's overall just distributing for an inevitable continuation of reaccumulation. That's really what it's feeling like for the SPY, for the broader market. And if that's the case, then we're going to be ready here to potentially enter a bull run. And one that was propped. So if it has enough prop and if it has enough hold, then we could potentially expect, expect the prop to eventually lead the psychology too. So psychology would say, well, you know what, we're not dropping, let's continue. So at some point, the psychology and sentiment will flip and just accept the fact that this could be the start of a bull cycle. And but still, July presents. Late July, August into September, the beginning of October, that presents a correctionary period as well. So I wouldn't discount the probabilities for that, right? March, let's see, April. Yeah, I would say April into May could introduce a temporary correction as well. But overall, I still think that we're just in the path of creating a higher low structure. And looking at that in the 5-day time frame, let's see. Yeah, it's just, it feels like it's the ever evolving cycle here from the S&P. Let's see, if we're talking about a quick regression here, I know the drawings are going to be whatever. Some of the lowest potentials here leading into May would be around 450. Right around there. And honestly, it would have to break this top side here of around 459. So I would say 450 to 460 May bottoms, and then the 490s or 500 could be the October lows, meaning that we would be at we could be at a plus 550, 560 SPY. It would come back down to the 500 and face that 40-point correction and then continue on. But yeah, overall, I do think that this is just setting a new higher low, higher high price structure. Until proven otherwise, of course. Coin is saying, I will say, if you look at Meta's previous huge days after earnings, it did have a 30% retracement over the next few days. Dude, we were looking at those. It did retrace big, but we're under a very. I wonder if those. I think we're on. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I think we're on an outlier, and this one may not retrace the way that we think. This may be just the one, the literally the outlier. 100 points. I don't think it's ever risen 100 points on any earnings call ever. Joe, you made it. What's up, buddy? Nice, man. Thanks for showing up, dude. Thank you so much for joining the ArcaBulls Trading Team. Appreciate you, my brother. So take a look at your bottom screen. Joe, I'm talking to you. Take a look at the bottom screen where the mic is there. Click on that mic so you can mute it, just so that, we can't hear the background in your conversations and stuff too. There we go. Nice. But what do you think, Coin? Do you think that historical behavior could play on what is it? Like, we can call this on an outlier, I guess, statistical outlier. We know that we know what to look for on markets. Bank crisis 2.0 on and paper over it. Let's see, with new lending facility, yeah. And that's when we reverse same as last year, 4,500 to 4,500 and 5,600 SPX. Yeah, I agree. Good point there. It's tough, man. It's tough to determine which way we're gonna go, and then crash it on. I mean, the thing is that historically speaking, leading into the elections year, leading into the elections are usually bullish. So it's kind of hard to present any type of major correction on these. I've noticed that CNBC is starting to put out some people talking about like an imminent crash coming. Like that sounds like they're trying to pull people out of the market so that for better positioning. I hate to say it that way, man, but it feels like it feels a little cooked. The psychology within the trade is a big deal. Meta probably going over $600. Little AR-15 is saying, sure, man, why not? Right? We were talking about that. We were talking about that thesis when we were rising on earnings day. We were saying, dude, if this thing goes into the 430s, then 440 is the next stop. And if you're that close to 440, then this thing is probably going to beat the 450 area. And then this thing went to 453.97 or 454. So my next comment was that if it's already halfway through the 450s, then might as well do 460 and 470. But if we're at 460 and 470, then might as well just average it out to 500. And we hit 485. So now that we're at 485.96, there's the average, 490 and 500. So the way we were discussing about it was pretty good. You know, we were kind of speculating on that. So now Meta, let me see. Let me see. Okay, screw it. Yeah, let me see the hourly time frame on Meta and see what it's got. Okay, so Meta bear volume is completely dropping in the hourly time frame. It feels like if it does have any more downside to go, we could go bottom of the Lin Reg at 467, which is otherwise on a physical stance, you know, from these candles here, 465.55, you know, touch down into that zone there and then bounce. We would then have to close a candle, you know, above that Lin Reg. So closing above 467 would be crucial for a continuation to the upside on this. Let's see. There may be some. There may be buy side interest at these points. If it does fail this 467, then I could see a drop into the 453 zone. But know that the 453 zone is a invalidation gap, right? So let me give you that range. 449.28 to about 453. Failing that zone there would introduce a downside, as it is an invalidation area. Let me get rid of this and state it here. 449.28 to 453 invalidation zone for a critical downside. Okay, so that's presently what I'm looking at. This right here, this is a no-go zone, right? So this thing, it either survives there or it doesn't. So that means that this would actually fail the 453, drop to 447, bounce from Lin Reg, validate your resistance at 453, continuation. And I will say that continuation has nothing to stop you. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that Meta will experience that. It's just personal bias, but you know. So Coin is saying, I think the gap on Meta is so damn unrealistic, but it won't fill until we get a panic pullback. Yeah, so that would be a worst case scenario. He's talking about the daily gap, by the way, this one here. So let me just get this out of the way. The gap, which consists from a low of around $400 to the low of the daily candle here at 453.05. So that's a 53-point gap. I don't think
not a gap at the Grand Canyon,
dude. Yeah, that looks to me like it's the next leg up, and you validate here before continuing to a freaking $4,000 Meta. You know, so that's what it honestly looks like to me, right? So as far as the immediate short term, let's look at this, right? So I'm talking about intraday. Let's see. Hold on just a sec. My ABT averages are a little wacky here. Custom EMA is displayed. Okay, yeah, we're falling beneath some critical moving averages here, which would introduce that. Yeah, it's introducing that potential downside that we were looking for. Let me put this back into the hourly where we were. So that's the drop that I was talking about was down to right around here. Maybe the 465.60 could be a zone to observe for us. Let's see. I'll give you a range. What's the top side of this damn candle here? 465.67. Let's see. So about 460.72. That's where I think we would drop off to intraday, right? So right in here. If it drops any further, of course, we already spoke about the lower targets and invalidation zone. This is being said because we're in the process of where is Meta right now, though? Let's see. Pedro Murillo, absolutely. Let's take a look at the Meta ticker in the 24-hour market. Come on. Load it up. Let's see. Meta platforms, it's sitting at 472.52, so it's down, right, from the 472.90 post-market close. 472.52 is just slightly under it, right? So, yeah, I think that there could be some, in fact, the 450, that's the low of here, this low here, 472.12. So that's the inflection point for the immediate short term, right? I'm talking about within the hour, within the 30 minutes, 15, 5, 10. So those that time frame has the inflection at 472.12. Failing that 12 would introduce, the bottom side of the Lin Reg plus the this range here from the wicks on top to the opening basis. I'm thinking 460.72 to 465.60. Failure of this would lead into the invalidation zone. So careful with that, right? But that's what I'm thinking here. Possible distribution here down into two potential zones. We'll see what it's like. We'll see what strength is like around here and around here, if around here. And then we'll decide long or short, or call or put. So CoinFox is saying, I'd laugh my ass off if Meta gave it back. Oh man, most likely it holds this island gap mostly. I think maybe, right, because of the Zuck having such a deep pocket. The People J saying, I'm looking at further escalations out in the Middle East as a possible catalyst. Yeah, I was hearing about that too, buddy. If there is escalation there, then, and the deeper involvement we have, of course, the financial markets will face a little bit of pressure, despite how bullish everything else is looking, right? I have to agree. But so far, I do think that seeing the major moving averages here above us, specifically the EMA 200, which, by the way, I'm still a little confused over. Here it is. All right. We have it down to the, EMA 200 located right about here at 464.67. My discretion is telling us 465.60. And yeah. So now this zone here, the SMA 200 at 470.11, I think it's better correlated to be the bottom side of the price action here at around 472.12. Yeah. So yeah, again, team, if we're failing that point there, the EMA 200 would be the next stop here. And one of the most critical signs that you can take into consideration here regarding the 5-minute time frame would be your 5-minute SMA 50. Take a look at the simple moving average 50 period right here, right? Cyan line, light blue. That has been validated as a resistance right here, right? So we were battling that cyan line, right over here. We were using it, right? But now we failed it. We never came back to validate it. So this could be the validation process of resistance and then continuation. Number one thing to keep in mind, says CoinFox, is Meta X dividend date is February 24th. So I'm expecting more of a small fade and sideways until the X dividend. That is literally presenting the same concept that I presented to you guys around 30 minutes ago. What he just said is exactly what I'm seeing. There could be an overall consolidation phase, and that consolidation phase may be within this range right here, your chop box, right? You're looking at I'm thinking the lowest potentials could be around that 452, top side around 485. We could be chopping around, right? And yeah, I do have to say those escalations east, that is definitely good for volatility, good for risk assets in general. But this is currently what I'm observing here, team. I think we're in for some nice volatility coming in for the week. And CoinFox is saying this is more the reason to pull cash from the future into the now with more government spending. Hidden QE. I agree. I couldn't agree more.
Sensei,
buddy.
Just an FYI for everybody, I shared in the community chat a link for a video of one of my favorite economists. She's a very realistic, down-to-earth person that is completely apolitical. She doesn't put any of her politics in how she breaks down the economy. Highly recommend everybody, including.
Where did you put it, brother?
It's in the community chat.
In the
watch it.
Community chat. This was a while ago.
Oh yeah, a couple hours ago. Well, yeah, hours and hours ago. CoinFox, I think he watched it. A couple other people watched it too, and but you'll. Just watch the whole thing, and she'll break down where we're going and what's happening. That's it right there.
So let's go ahead and share this link here with the family so that they can also keep into consideration what this is, right? So I'm going to copy the link here, and I'm going to put it on the YouTube chat so that you guys can watch this. I think it's a very kind gesture from OGG. So here you go, team. Go ahead and click on that link. And take a look at the breakdown that we're talking about here. Thank you, OGG. Appreciate you, my brother. So, yeah. Sorry, hold on just a sec. Let me see. All right, so I think this is a pretty good time to cut off the stream so we can get some rest and get ourselves ready for tomorrow. We have some nice movers. We have some nice, some nice plays to look at. So please remember, team. Please maintain sharp. Maintain a clear mind, and always respect your system, your strategies, your rules, and most importantly, your risk management. Right? But I appreciate everybody for coming on by. AR15, Pedro. CoinFox, I love you, buddy. Joseph, thank you for joining again. Joe H, thank you so much for all your help, buddy. I really appreciate you like no other. US1, my brother. Chad, Vivian, dude, we're not done here, buddy. I'm going to try my best for you. But Destiny, take care. Have a good night. Cyber Sultan, always good to see you here. I didn't catch Cryptic, right? He's probably still having a lot of trouble with his power because of the storm, right? But you know how that goes. Man, it's Bond. I'm gonna catch you later. The People's J, appreciate you. Pennington, always good, man. Always a good time. Candace, good to see you here. Thank you for joining, right? And I you know how it goes, guys. You know how it goes. But Ian, my brother, I hope everything is good with you. Thank you so much for your support too. But I really appreciate you. All right, team. So let me just go ahead and sign off from the YouTube platform. Just a moment, team. Take care, YouTube. Please remember to join the ArcaBulls Trading Team, and I'll see you. I'll see you there, right? And yeah, let's do this thing here. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, right? I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. Very good rest of your night. And I will catch you at the bell, literally, mañana. Adios, team. Yuca frita.